It's time. So let's take you through the lineups on the inside lane. Dominican Republic with Marilis Sanchez there on lead-off. And it'll be Margarita Manzueta who will bring them home on the anchor leg. 43.92 their season's best as a team. Lane 3 is France, the French team, who were disqualified in the heats in London at the Olympics last summer, so didn't make the final. So they have some making up to do here in Moscow. Myriam Soumaré there goes on the third leg. She was 5th in the semi-finals in the individual event. There are the hot favourites for this heat to qualify for the final. Olympic silver medalists, world silver medalists, both behind the USA. And Karen Stewart there, who's on the second leg, the only survivor from that team in London last year. Shirley-Ann Fraser-Pryce, as we suspected, is rested for this heat. Will come back in the final. The Netherlands go in 5. That is Kadeen Vessel on lead-off for them. Daphne Schippers will go on the second leg, the heptathlete. Germany, bronze medalists, rather surprisingly bronze medalists in Daegu 2 years ago. And they have the might of Verena Zeiler on the anchor leg. And completing the lineup in lane 7, Nigeria, who were 4th at the Olympic Games last year in London, with Blessing Okagbari also rested, and Nigeria in 7th. Away they go, and let's see who makes the first impression. Jamaica already going very, very strongly through Carrie Russell, already up on the shoulder. Let's look for smooth changeovers. So far, so good. And it's Jamaica down the back straight with Karen Stewart, a survivor of that team from London 2012. And it's Jamaica who are still dominating this race, and there has been a drop, and I think it's the Nigerian team, but Jamaica coming through to the final changeover. It'll be Sherry-Ann Brooks to take them home. Sherry-Ann Brooks well away. France with Akakpo in pursuit. These two well clear. These will be the automatic qualifiers for the final from this heat. Let's look at the time. 41.88 the winning time. A decent time from the Jamaican team. They delivered. They were the hot favourites. France in second place. And I think, Martin, it was the Nigerians who dropped the baton there on that final changeover.
Well, there you can see it, and that's very, very poor technique indeed. The Germans tend to expect more from them in a relay, really. A long, long way behind the French. And the Germans will have to hope that they do qualify as a fast loser. The Jamaicans 41.87, no problems for them. The French 42.25, a polished performance from their quartet. Germany 42.65, coming through in third. So they're at the moment the best of the fast losers. There are 2 spots.
Performance there, and a season's best, as you can see, for the Jamaican team, who will want to rectify matters, but they've been...
We're just going through the highlights, if that's the right word. 1 or 2 lowlights from that first heat of the women's relay, particularly the second change involving the Nigerians. Wrong hand to wrong hand is the sort of stuff which, frankly, school kids can get right. They're the lineup, though, for the second of the 3 heats. Great Britain go in lane 12, a 60-metre specialist. Very, very fast starter. And she's got the daughter of a former Olympic champion on the final leg. Elizaveta Brezhkina, whose mother, Olga, won the 400 metres Olympic title in 1988. Tambunji there on lead-off for Switzerland. The 2 sprungers on 3 and 4, Ellen and Leia. Audrey Allo leads things off for Italy. Mattia Caravelli is on 2. Martina Amidei is on 4 for the Italians. Gina Asher-Smith. The responsibility is hers to get smartly away from the blocks. Powerful quartet, the Bahamas. Shanika Ferguson to Shawnee Miller to Cache Ambrista and Debbie Ferguson-McKenzie. The evergreen Debbie Ferguson-McKenzie. Crystal Emmanuel leads things off for Canada. Kimberly Hyacinth on 2, Cheyenne Davis on 3, and Kamita Bingham brings the baton home. The check marks will have been meticulously identified. The run on the inside. Alessia Paul has flown out of the blocks outside. Kambunji of Switzerland is having a decent run. So far, so good for Great Britain. Let's see how the baton change goes. Well, it pushed it very, very close, but it worked well for Great Britain. Ashley Nelson going down the back straight. Britain 3 from the left. Another good change from the Britons, and Britain have the lead here. It's going to be Annabelle Lewis onto Hayley Jones. Great Britain there in front. Coming through on the inside, the Ukrainians as we expected. The Ukrainians have made a terrible hash of that. And Jones is sprinting down. Bahamas through Debbie Ferguson-McKenzie coming back at the Britain. Bahamas just get it. Britain a second. That doesn't really matter. Britain in the first 2 slots. They did well, did the British girls. The baton changes were crisp. They weren't the most conservative, but that's not a problem when you get them right. But it was the Ukrainians on the inside. Maria Remian, an individual finalist here, to Elizaveta Prizhgina. Now let's see where they went wrong. Prizhgina's gone too soon. She's gone too soon. She's almost running out of the exchange box. Look at this. She has gone twice as far as she should have done away from Remian, and Remian would have been screaming at her. And that has cost Ukraine, and I would have thought that has opened up a possible medal slot for 1 or 2 nations, and I think particularly of Britain.
Very slick, very crisp, as you said, changeover. And, well, Debbie Ferguson-McKenzie there, the evergreen, as you described her, showing why. And Great Britain, the season's best, incidentally, for the Bahamian team.
I told you we would have some drama. That second heat of the women's relay. The Bahamas have been disqualified. I suspect an appeal might follow, but as things stand, Great Britain have been promoted to first, and Bahamas, one of the real medal contenders here, are out.
Athletes out on the track then for the 3rd and final heat of the 4x100. They're the Polish team, led off by Marika Popovic. They go in lane 7. The favourites, the red-hot favourites, in lane 4, the United States of America, with Anderson, Gardner and Freeman, all finalists in the individual events in lane 4. They're the Olympic champions, of course, where they set that scorching world record in London, and also the defending champions from Daegu. So the lineup in full in this 3rd heat. Brazil go on the inside and Colombia in 8. Only the first 2 through to the final later on this evening in about an hour and a half's time, plus 2 fastest losers. And as we just heard, Bahamas disqualified. There may be an appeal, but disqualified for the moment from heat 2. Away they go, and a brilliant first 100 metres there by Jenna Batava from the United States. She hands on to Alexandra Anderson. Going well, also going well. Oh, the Russians roared on by this crowd. But the United States of America into the 3rd. That's a smooth handover. The United States are well underway. Russia coming home in 2nd from Slavlinis. Into the final exchange. Away they go. Octavius Freeman, baton in hand. It's now a dash for the line. And actually it's Trinidad and Tobago who are going well. And the Brazilians as well on the inside. Brazil are going to get 2nd. It's the USA who finished first. 41.82. And a real surprise there. The Brazilian team on the inside, getting stronger and stronger. 3rd into 4th changeover, and they have also automatically qualified for the final. United States, no surprise whatsoever. Octavius Freeman there, who was 8th in the 100 metres individual final, and the Russians roared on by this crowd in the Luzhniki. Well, they will have to wait, and the Brazilians as well, they might. Absolutely jubilant. It was Santos on the home leg. Let's keep an eye on the Russians as well. Well, that wasn't a great changeover, was it? That was very, very clumsy. And by then, the Brazilians were well away. USA 1, Brazil 2, Russia coming into third. We'll wait to see what that time is, Martin, for the Russians. But that, to me, did not look as though they'd done enough.
Well, 42.94. Well, that's quicker than the Ukrainians, who've been promoted to third place. We'll just have to check it up. They may well be the second of the fastest losers at the moment, the Russians. We'll just have to go through that in a couple of moments' time. Ukraine 43.12 in the second of the heats. And, well, I think at the moment... Well, there we go. That's the... official result of that first heat. Disqualification. Now the Germans have gone as well.
And we've had just the one baton drop, but, well, the disqualification's coming there thick and fast. There's confirmation of the second heat result, with Great Britain coming home. Canada and the Bahamas definitely disqualified. And there the third, with that brilliant performance by Brazil. And actually, it's the two fastest loser